Kawhi Leonard playing, the Clippers found themselves in a historically bad situation. They trailed the Mavericks by 50 points at halftime, 77-27 for the largest NBA halftime deficit ever. The second half didn't go any better as the Clippers still lost by 51 points, setting a franchise record. So, Shannon, is this a big deal or no big deal?
It's amazing. It's a good thing I got multiple television sets because I would not have been able to see this. And I needed to see it to believe it. I was wondering, like, that's got to be a record or something. Has anybody ever been down by 50 at the half? I know there's been teams that have gotten beat by 50 points, but at the half, 77-27, Skip. And lo and behold, Elias says, in the shot clock era, started in 54, this is the most lopsided halftime deficit in NBA history. Skip it, look, what it shows me is that the Clippers have the same issues that they have last year. They get up, they rise to the occasion to play the Lakers. And then everybody else, their NBA championship, their playoffs is centered around the Lakers. And when they don't play the Lakers, this is what happened. And we saw this a lot last year. I think we saw it in Memphis, Skip. I think it was Memphis that beat them one game last year by 30 or 40. And it also goes to show you that Paul George is who we thought he was. All this motion, you know, I got my swag back. I buried what happened in the past. I buried that in the bubble. You the same guy, bro. Ain't nothing changed. I understand that Kawhi's out, and Kawhi now, had that happened to LeBron, anytime something happened to LeBron, he flopping. Kawhi went down like he got shot in the Western movie. My guy got hit in the back of the head, had to get 5 stitches when he was in Miami, and you and everybody else talking about he flopped. Michael Jordan when it went down.
Wait, do we have the picture of Kawhi on the floor with blood all over him?
First of all,
he got 8 stitches in his mouth.
First of all, Skip Bayless, you already know.
Can we see that?
First of all, Skip.
Flopped? Seriously?
I didn't say he flopped.
Flopped?
I didn't say he flopped. I said he went down like somebody shot him in a Western movie.
Well, he got smashed in the mouth, and it required 8 stitches.
First of all...
And he's probably in concussion protocol. There's blood all over everywhere.
How about this? This is how you do it, Skip.
My God, Ernestine thought he was dying. You know, she said, get him to the hospital.
You know that when you're in combat and you're sweating, your blood is pumping, the heart is beating fast. Any little cut is going to gush blood. That's the way it works, Skip Bayless. You know that.
Is that flopping?
I did.
Did he get cut?
See,
yes.
There you go. I said, had LeBron James done that, you, along with everyone else, would have said he flopped. I did not say Kawhi flopped. All I'm saying is that what the issues were last year with the Clippers is the same issues that they have right now. They got up opening night for the Lakers. But what do we see, Skip? Or they get up for the Nuggets, they get up for these teams, and then they're like, oh, well, okay, we good now. Paul George, you can't let this happen. I understand that Kawhi's not there, and stop doing this. I want him to stop doing that, because every game that they lose, oh, this was on me. You know, this was on me, this was on me, this was on me. I'm tired of you saying that. I need you to do something about that so they stop being on you. So I love this. But you see what my guys did last night. They took care of business, right, Skip? We took care of business, right, Skip? That's what we do. Go James doing what he does, got his little 25 minutes, got up out of Dodge. Marc Gasol got them threes going, got up out of Dodge. You like old Trez? You see Trez play the little 20 minutes, get them boards, get up out of there. That's what we do. Because we got a back-to-back. We got the Portland tonight.
Now, my turn. Let me explain to you why this is zero big deal. My Clippers did what they set out to do to start this season. That is, crush the Lakers on opening night, and they crushed them so bad they made LeBron quit. He threw in the towel. 7:51 to go. He said, my ankle. But he played for 2 minutes on his ankle, and he said, you know what? This isn't going the right direction. I'm out.
Did you see him again last night?
They were only down 7.
What did he do last night? He stepped on the guy's foot and rolled that same ankle again.
And did he keep playing? Yes, he did.
He played a little bit longer, and then he got up out of there.
Stop it. He saw the handwriting, and he said, I'm done with this game. And the Clippers continued to crush the Lakers in his absence. Then the Clippers had to turn right around, and I believe you bet me a case on this. I'm pretty sure you said, I got the Nuggets, and I said, I'll take a case on that. This was maybe 3 weeks ago, because they had to go all the way up to Denver to try to right the wrong of what happened in the bubble.
They went all the way up to Denver, like they're in Vancouver, BC, or something like that. It's a 2-hour plane ride.
They had to go to Mile High, whatever it is, right? And that was going to be their Christmas, right? But no, they spent their Christmas in Denver. And what did they do? They dominated Denver just the way they dominated them in the bubble, to be up 3-1 and then up 15 and 19 and 12 in 3 straight closeout games. But what did they do? Even after Kawhi went down mid-4th quarter, they said, we got this, and they closed the door with a slam door. They slammed it right in Denver's face. And they were happy campers. They had done what they set out to do. And then Ty Lue said, look, you guys didn't have a Christmas day with your family. I'm going to give you tomorrow off so you can spend, quote unquote, Christmas with your family.
Okay.
So Saturday, they did Christmas. They didn't practice. They didn't do anything. Obviously, Kawhi, he was out, and I think he's in concussion protocol because he got smacked in the face. So he's gone, and Marcus Morris still has a sore knee. So he's out, and you can make a case Marcus Morris is actually their second best player.
Well, was Paul George best player? Can't let this happen on his
and then
watch.
What happened? The dreaded 12:30 start in the Pacific time zone. Who plays basketball at 12:30 in the Pacific?
NBA.
It's like, no. What did Chauncey Billups always say about playing for the Clippers? He hated the 12:30 games because you can't get your body going. So they celebrated Christmas with their family. They obviously celebrated crushing the Lakers, crushing the Nuggets.
And they got crushed.
They did not show up for the tip-off, and they went 1 for 19 in the first half from 3. 1 for 19? What do you think's going to happen in that game?
What happened?
You're going to get blown off your home floor.
And which would give me even more credence. Had Kristaps Porzingis not gotten hurt last year, your butt would have got bounced in the first round. But he got hurt, and you got bounced in the second round. I just want to know, if you are what you say you are, losing is one thing. Skip, you can't lose by 50.
Without your best player and your leader and your heart and your soul, Kawhi Leonard.
Skip, first of all,
as Ty Lue says, we all feed off Kawhi.
Skip, that is your problem. And as soon as you and Ty Lue realize that, you do not have a leader. Paul George blamed that loss on Doc Rivers. Kawhi Leonard and everybody else blamed that loss on Trez Harrell. That's what your problem is that you look to blame everybody else.
It is painful to see Trez in actual shape, leaned out after the way he looked in the bubble.
Shooting jumpers.
Was ugly.
Hey, Trez shooting jumpers. Trez facing up.
Wait until you play real teams, and you have to have Trez play real defense because he can't play defense. He's about 6'6".
I just want to know who Paul George is going to blame for that performance. Is that Doc's fault?
He blamed himself.
Skip, I heard the Skip. He blamed that the last.
By the way,
he blamed the last 3 games that they lost against the Nuggets on himself.
Who's the player you call Baby Bird? Who's that guy? Luka. Luka Doncic.
My name is Luka.
Who was the runaway favorite for preseason MVP, right?
Yeah.
And what have I told you again and again about Luka? He cannot shoot a lick.
I can't tell.
From French lick to can't shoot a lick. That's what we got here. And would you believe that Luka has started off this year 2 for 16 from 3? He was 0 for 5 against the Clippers, or they'd really been buried.
And guess what he did?
2 for 16? And you realize that's 17%?
Skip, you told me.
He can't shoot.
You telling me that everybody telling Paul George is this two-way player. He can't do nothing with Luka. He can't do nothing. If you go back and look at it last year, Luka had the conga line to the basket. And guess what?
Can you believe it? We're not starting with
You
Baker.
weren't here for those.
Not on NBA opening night. LA versus LA. It's confusing. We call it Lakers and Clippers. Lakers got their rings, but that was the only highlight in this one. 33 points from Paul George for the Clippers. 26 of his points came in the second half to help the Clippers hold off a Lakers comeback. How about this? Clippers beating up on the defending champs right out of the gate. 116-109. The man of the night, Paul George, after the win.
Yeah, I mean, I just play basketball. Simple as that. I just play basketball. I applied the work that I put in this offseason. It's not going to be pretty every night. Tonight I got it going and was able to show up big and big time for my team.
It's game 1. It's the first test for us. We've literally been together for 9 days as a full group. We got some returning guys, but we got a lot of new pieces that's going to play a big role in our success this year. So we look forward to watching the film tomorrow and get better from tonight.
All right, Brandon, when you look at last night's game, was this more about the Clippers or the Lakers?
Yeah, Nick. So look, when you look at the off-the-court festivities, it was all about the Lakers, rightfully so. And watching the celebration, I just thought about those sacrifices that